Check it out, the Radioddity QT60. I've been waiting for this one. They sent me an email about it, a week and a half ago. At the time, they didn't even have a web page up for this radio yet. When they first sent me the information about it, I had no idea what the radio actually was. All I knew was that it was a 60-watt, 10-meter radio. And I kind of had a feeling this is what it was going to be. But it finally came in. It just came in about an hour ago. And I've already had it all out of the box already. And I have played with it a little bit, not a lot. There are a lot of things I want to show you guys. It's a fun radio. This is, I really, really like this style of radio. And you can see, we'll go over there. I have an older Anytone over there. That's the first generation of this style radio. I have been looking forward to this one for a while. I wanted to play with this one. And here it is. So, what we have is a 60-watt output, AM, FM, upper sideband, and lower sideband, and it also has a PA function, which we can go through that real quick. It was on FM, AM, upper sideband, lower sideband, and PA. In the menu, I wanted to show you a couple of things in the menu. We don't really need to go over all of it. I mean, most of you guys know what it already know what they are, and most of us don't even use most of what's in here. But we have the mic gain, which is easily adjustable. You press the channel button, and it starts to blink. Now you turn the channel button, and you can change it. I'm going to try it up at 34. I'm just using the regular microphone that came with it. So I'm going to try it set on 34. 36 is the maximum. All right, in this part of the menu, we have to switch it from the electric mic, the condenser style microphone, which is just a little tiny thing right there, to a dynamic microphone, which dynamics were the older style mics that were the 500 ohm microphones, which I did kind of want to mention that too. I've been noticing a lot of people going with microphones on radios like this that have the setting that says electric or dynamic. And I've noticed a lot of people that have an old microphone that has the electric element in it. They've been switching it and putting it on the electric menu setting. I don't think that's right. These are a 1000 ohm microphone. A lot of those old CB microphones that have that little element in them are a 500 ohm microphone. That setting on the radio, I believe, is just changing the resistance. It's going from a 500 ohm to a 1000 ohm. So don't just assume because you have that tiny little element in there that it's an electric microphone, because the radio isn't going to see it that way. The radio is not going to work properly because the radio is looking for a 1000 ohm microphone and you're connecting a 500 ohm microphone. All right, I just wanted to mention that because I've seen a few people doing that, and I think it's just changing the resistance. So be careful with what you do. Test it on the air. Try it with both settings and see how it sounds better. You're going to notice you'll have a lot more gain if the radio is set correctly. All right, now that I've rambled a bit, let's get back to that menu. Now let's get away from that subject. There was another thing in here that I wanted to show you, which is, well, that's the talkback timeout timer. There's this one has, well, you'd also have your adjustment, your settings for the clarifier. That menu goes away quick. So you can change the clarifier. I have it set to receive and transmit, so when I turn that clarifier, it changes both. You can change it to transmit only, receive only, or off. It'll do nothing. The radio will be locked right on frequency. So I leave it on receive transmit, press that again, and that confirms it and puts it in there. And one more thing I wanted to show you in here, there's all the Vox settings, the echo. In this radio you have the echo level settings. You can change the volume of the echo, and you can change the timing of the echo. I thought that was pretty cool that they added that into the menu. All right, let's put that back to the mic gain setting. And to turn the echo on, It doesn't say it on the radio, but the band and tone button, if you hold them, you see the echo just appeared right there. Long hold it again, and the echo goes away. The echo is off. Alright, let's go over some of the other things on here. Well, obviously you saw we just went into the menu. That's how we changed the echo settings and mic settings. And next to that we have the mode button, which changes. Let's put it on lower sideband. We have dual watch and the 10K button. The 10K button, if you're running it like this, well, actually it can, because we're in that mode, the VFO mode. It'll jump your 10KCs. If you have this on channelized display, a 1 through 40, this will get you to the in-between channels. We got the Roger beep, which the Roger beep, I'm not sure if I'm going to include it in this video or not. It might be in the next video. I'm not sure yet, but the Roger beep is customizable on this radio. You can do some cool things with the Roger beep. And the beep, it shuts off that main beep that we already talked about. It's off now, so when we change the channels, it doesn't beep. Watch. Yeah, no thank you. I know some people like it. I'm not one of them. We got the noise blanker, which was already on, and the high cut. Long hold it, long press, and you get the high cut symbol there. We get the scan and skip, memory and store memory, emergency channels, and lockout to lock out the buttons. Alright, now that we've gone over the face of the radio, I'm going to turn this thing around, show you the back side of it, and then we're going to open it up. Alright, on the back of the radio, first we have a massive heatsink. I mean massive. It's a big boy. And all the info for the radio. Alright, on the back we have the antenna connector, the SO239. We have our standard power connector, PA speaker and external speaker, and the data port. The data port is a useful port. If you order this radio, I would suggest ordering the data cable with it, because I'll show you later. Again, it might be in part 2, but might end up being in this video. We're going to talk about the programming. Alright, let's open this thing up. Before we open it up, though, I just want to let you know. That camera focus. If you open it up to modify it, you are going to void the warranty. Invalid if break. Alright. I'm going to open it up and we'll see what happens. The radio's opened up and upside down on my desk. You need to remove the cover that has the speaker on it. And then once you're in the radio, see we're at the front of the radio. You can see that white wire and that jumper right there. I've already moved the jumper over. It's on pins 1 and 2 from the factory. You got to move it to 2 and 3. And then we just got to clip that little white wire. And that should bring us to the 11 meter band. Alright, let me snip that wire and then I'll put this thing back together and we'll power it up again. The jumper is moved and the white wire is cut. Let's see what happens. Look at that! 270650. It wasn't that easy. Let's get up to where we belong. Alright, there was another thing on this radio that I wanted to show you. This has the noise reduction circuit. So if we go back into that menu, and we go, where is it? Ah, there it is. Nope, that's not it either. That's not what we're looking for. There it is. There's the noise reduction circuit. So for receive, you can have it off, which, yeah, listen, 1, 2, 3, 4, and level 5. The level 5 It'll give it a little bit of an underwater sound. But now watch the difference. On all the way, it takes out a lot of noise. But like I said, it gives you... What I've found this works best for is... Ooh, I moved that. We got way off track. Whoa! There we go, we're back. Let's turn that down. I have found when there's no skip coming in, and you know, you're just monitoring, see if any locals come on. If you turn that on, it cuts out the hiss, but unlike the squelch, it doesn't cut out the low people, the people that are down way low, real far away. I do like that filter. When there's like DX coming in, I usually shut the filter off because the voices sound better with it off. But if on those times when you're just scanning through channels and looking, or just listening to a quiet channel waiting for somebody, that digital filter, oh, it's a great feature. All right, we have all our CB channels now. Now, let's do some testing on this. All I did was open it up and cut the white wire and move the jumper. Let's see what the Dosey Feel-Good Watt meter up above has to say about this radio. Let me move the camera and get you a better view of that meter. Alright, let's see. Let's put this radio up on a frequency that nobody else is using at the moment. I usually go 27, 49, 50. I found there's usually nobody on that channel. Alright, let's put this on the 100 watt setting. Oh, everything else is good. Let's give this thing a little test out and see what it's doing. Oh boy, the Dosey meter really likes this one. It might be that Dosey meter might be reading a little higher than it should. It's showing almost 90 watts out of this thing. Hoo-wee! I should have actually, you know, I'm a little bummed at myself. I didn't check it before cutting the wire and moving the jumper. I don't know what the power output was then. I probably should have checked it. It was probably 60 before doing that. But look at that. Just giving a little blow onto that mic. All right, let me turn that power level all the way down. Not much power with it all the way down. It's showing about 4 watts or so all the way down on sideband. Let's bump it to about halfway. Nice, I like that. It changes. A lot of radios will change your average power with the power knob, but your peak power doesn't really change. So a lot of 80 watt radios stay 80 watt peak, even when you turn the knob down on the face of the radio. This one does not. This one, it lowers the peak power. I have it set halfway right now. I'll give it a little whistle and show you. We're looking at the middle scale right in there. Ooh, it's going to show somewhere right above my finger. That's halfway. Let's go back to that all the way. The all the way I will probably never be running. I don't need it to make that much power. With a whistle showing about 80. Isn't that cool? I almost forgot to mention the stuff that it comes with. We got the good old-fashioned style mounting bracket. That thing hasn't changed. That bracket for so many radios since what, the 70s? We got a nice power cable that comes with it. And say, like I showed you on the back of the radio, it's just the standard plug. This one does have very heavy wires though. It is a high output radio, so you need a good heavy power cable for that. And it comes with all the mounting hardware for the microphone, an extra fuse, and the knobs and the rubber pads to protect the side of the radio from mounting. And of course, comes with a microphone. to push to talk. That Radioddity name right there on the face. Don't forget that name. Great company. And the up and down buttons up on the top. Alright guys, that's the Radioddity QT60. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos with this radio. There's going to be a lot more to come. This is a newer, high-tech, I'm going to call it a CB radio. It's a ham radio. It's a 10-meter ham radio, but I'm going to call it a CB. Because the CB is where I hang out. That's where we belong. Alright guys, I'll catch you next time. Thing before we go. In the description, I'm going to leave a link that'll bring you to this page. This is where you can buy the Radioddity QT60. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.